So what's up guys, as you can tell from the thumbnail, I have upgraded my camera. I decided to get rid of the Nikon, nice beautiful Nikon D3300, which is my first real camera besides a cell phone and a GoPro that I've used before for various things, even like shooting music videos. This camera's treated me very well. I've used this camera for music shoots. I've made music videos with this thing at 1080p, which is like its maximum resolution. It's a fairly older camera, APS-C lens. If you guys know, I'm just kind of like talking out of my ass. But I think it was time for an upgrade, and the video that you're seeing right now is actually through the new camera that I got. Over the short time that I've been doing photography and videos, I've really enjoyed it, and I've delved deep, very deep into the rabbit hole of videography, cinematography, photography, all that stuff. Anything that has to do with a lens in front of it, I've pretty much watched almost everything on it because I've just become obsessed with this, and it's become more than just a hobby to me. Like I really enjoy taking moments and just giving them to people. And I think that if I wanted to do that at a higher quality, which, don't get me wrong, this camera is very good at getting a good resolution image. I mean, even compared to certain other cameras, especially paired with a really good lens. I was using a Sigma 17 through 70 on this. I remember that off the top of my head, contemporary lens. And it was great. I use that lens for everything, and most of the time I use it at straight 17mm, which on an APS-C camera, it's probably goes out to like 24mm, 23mm, somewhere around there. But it was great, and I really enjoyed shooting with that wide lens, and that's how I shot up the majority of images that I did. I found myself sometimes taking pictures with this thing, just looking through the back viewfinder and just like holding it up and like taking pictures and just kind of like peeping it, because you can't flip this out. This viewfinder is sorry, not the viewfinder. This screen is just stuck. You can't move it like the camera that I'm shooting through right now. So you might be wondering what camera is the one that I got right now, because I'm kind of yapping. I decided to pick up a Sony 6300, an Alpha 6300, A6300, whatever you want to call it. It was within my price range, and I know I wanted to go mirrorless because of the benefits of just having a live view. Because when you shoot with a DSLR, you don't have a live view. Like I mean, there's no lens on this right now, but if you just look through the viewfinder, you don't see what's actually going on. You can't really tell your ISO where it's at, which to me, honestly, I kind of like, and because I have done a few pictures already with the Sony A6300, I kind of miss the whole tactile feeling of like sitting there and adjusting your picture to how you want it. So if you're kind of like in the beginner, and like I was, last year, and you want to get something that you can learn on fairly easily, DSLR all the way, they're stupid cheap. You can pick up this camera right now, just the body, for maybe like $200, in good condition for like $250. Slap a decent lens on there, and you're pretty much set to go. Even the 50mm Nikkor lens that came with this camera, I've used for portraits, and it's great. It's like it's an f-stop 1.8. It really gives you a nice blurry background, and on an APS-C lens, 50mm comes out to be about 70-something-ish, 74-ish millimeter, because you have to account for the crop sensor on it, which it's not quite an 85 portrait lens, but it does get the job done. So that's kind of my rant about, if you're gonna go pick up a camera, go pick this one up. So inherently, there's really no point to this video. This is kind of like the first video that I put up on this channel, just to kind of give you guys an idea of what I've been doing and what I'm going to continue to do. I kind of miss going out and doing street photography, because that's actually how I learned on this camera. I would just go out to, I live in Florida, so I would just go out to like Fort Lauderdale or wherever, Meisner Park and Boca Raton, and just take pictures, or go like behind shopping centers. Sometimes you find some very interesting stuff back there, and that's really how I learned how to use this camera. Especially it worked out very well, because in those low light conditions, they kind of emulate taking pictures at a live show, where you have a rock band playing, and you have, it's really dark, but you have like a hint of light sometimes in small places. And that's how I learned on this thing, and then from there I just kind of took it out and I started doing photography for people, and it's been great, to be honest. And thank you guys for letting me do that, because it's really fun for me. I really do enjoy doing it. But I'm thinking about doing the same thing with the Sony. Put this down. So one of my ideas with the Sony is I want to take it out and I want to get another camera. Not something that's crazy expensive, not like another 63, but I'm thinking about getting like a Sony Nex that I can like rig up to my chest and I can just go out and do pictures and like kind of do like a vlog of me taking pictures and what I take pictures of. I think that'll be very interesting. So I'm going to be moving this channel a lot towards more of like that street photography side of things. Also more of like the professional stuff that I do. So every time I go out and I do a photo shoot or I do a music video, I will be bringing you guys along with me, and we'll be able to do some cool BTS stuff with that chest camera. And then we'll see how this evolves. We'll see how this channel evolves. Right now, if you want to know the lens that I'm using on the A6300, it's literally the stock lens. I got this camera last week. The first time I tested it out was on Sunday with the band in a fairly dark place. So I kind of didn't like the performance too much, although even in the dark it's pretty sharp. So I'm kind of surprised by that, by a kit lens. It is really sharp, and you're seeing it right now. Like if I move my hand close, because it does have a minimum, you could see the detail in my hand. So it's surprising, you know, like I can't get that level of detail out of the Nikon, and obviously this is shooting in 4K right now, so it's a big detail difference, but it's another thing that I think is going to push the videography and my filmmaking to another level. So with that said, stay tuned for the channel. I'm going to try and pull up one of these every couple weeks or so. I'm usually really crazy busy, and we'll see how this goes. So with that, take care, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.